Morning, this is Lamar Archer here at Jones Tech, and today I'll be giving you a walkthrough of an annual vehicle inspection. Here we have the International TransStar, and I'm just going to go through and give you a walkthrough of some of the points to check when doing an inspection. So if you want to follow me. First thing I like to do is walk around the vehicle, inspect the easiest points, tires, rims. What you want to do is inspect the tread depth. You shouldn't have any less than 430 seconds. If you are lower than 430 seconds, then you probably need to change the tires. You want to check the rims, look for cracks, damage, weld damage. Check, make sure you have all your lug nuts, make sure none of the threads are stripped. While you're over here, good idea to check your wheel bearing seals, make sure there's no fluid, no leaks, no wetness over there. You also want to check on the back side. You want to view in there real quick. Check your chambers, look at your brakes, look at your rotors, make sure there's no oil or no wetness on any of that there. And move around to the other tire. Same measurements regarding 430 seconds. You just want to also inspect the sidewalls, make sure there's no damage to the tires. Again, look at all the lug nuts, rims, make sure everything is properly seated. Or also walking around the vehicle, you want to inspect the frame, make sure that there's no damage to welds, no torque or twisting in the frame structure. Look at the cross members. Make sure all the hardware is there, bolts, nuts. Also, while we're back here, we can look at our toe pencil. Just make sure that properly works. Make sure it's not loose, none of the hardware is missing. Alright. Walking around to this side. So while we're walking around, inspecting the frame, just look to make sure you have all your hardware, bolts. Make sure everything is secure. Make sure your steps are secure. Make sure your tanks are properly secure, straps, everything in that where it needs to be. Alright. Also, as you're walking around, you're inspecting the body itself, looking for damage, making sure everything is secure, in place. Feels really good. Latches, door. Make sure that doesn't move. Alright. After walking around, inspecting each of the tires thoroughly, making sure you definitely have to check the tread depth. That's like one of the key things. Make sure your tires are good at all times. So once you've done checking the tires, looking over the frame, looking over the wheels and the rim, now we're going to hop inside and start up the vehicle and check the brake system. So I'm going to hop on up there with me. So one of the first things you want to do is you want to air up your vehicle. Now this vehicle's already been aired up, so when I turn it on, you won't hear the actual low pressure warning, but usually it'll kick on, and as the pressure builds up, you'll hear a ringing noise until it hits about 60 psi, at which point that should turn off. So I'm going to start up the vehicle. I'm going to take a look. When the vehicle starts up, you just want to watch your gauges, make sure they all turn on. Make sure the dash light up. Alright. Make sure the pressure is good and all the gauges. And it's good. Alright. Now, as far as checking the parking brake, with this vehicle, what you're going to want to do is put the vehicle in gear while keeping the parking brake engaged. And you're just going to lightly come off the clutch and feel the vehicle start to grab. As long as the vehicle grabs, you know your parking brakes are working. So I'm just going to show you that real quick. Make sure your parking brake is still engaged. Just going to put the vehicle here. Slowly come off the clutch. And should feel the vehicle grab. Alright, there we go. That's one way to know that your parking brake works properly. Alright. After checking the parking brakes, you want to check your service brakes. Usually that would mean driving the vehicle around a little, stepping on the brake, getting a feel for it, making sure that it stops properly, has a good grab. As far as the rest of your brake system, once you've checked out the gauges, checked out the service brake and the parking brake, you're going to want to hop outside, walk around again, and just thoroughly inspect the brake components. Inspect the chambers, inspect the hoses, inspect the tubing. Have the vehicle running, or rather not running. Have the vehicle turned off, but have an assistant step on the brake as you're inspecting the brake system. That way you can hear for any leaks as well. So turn off the vehicle. Alright. And we're going to hop outside, and we're also going to check the coupling system, which is our next point. So, we've already looked at the toe pencil, as I said before, but the coupling system usually involves the fifth wheel. So, looking at the fifth wheel, you just want to make sure the surface is properly greased. You want to make sure there's free movement as far as up and down, back and forth. And check your locking mechanism. You also want to check that you have all your hardware, cotter pins, make sure everything's where it needs to be. No bolts are missing. The plate itself is stiff. Disengages. Alright. So